Let's go Ravens! The 2025 NFL Draft has provided a moment that could define the Baltimore Ravens defense for years to come. The buzz is real and the anticipation has been building for weeks. But now it's official. With the 27th overall pick, the Ravens selected University of Georgia safety Malachi Starks, a move that has fans and analysts alike lighting up the comments sections with interesting comments and high hopes. I'll tell you all the details in a moment, but before I do, make sure you've already hit the like button and agree that the Ravens will make it to the Super Bowl this year. If possible, comment something like this: "Go Ravens, I believe." Now let's talk about the big move. Malachi Starks stands 6 feet tall. Okay, closer to 6'1", and weighs in just under 200 pounds. On paper, his 2024 college stats don't scream first-round pick. 77 tackles, 1 interception, 4 pass breakups. But anyone just reading the stat sheet is missing the real story. Starks is a player built on traits that scouts and coaches dream about. He brings speed, athleticism, and a fearless tackling ability that sets him apart from the rest. He may not be a pure lockdown man-to-man defender, but as a rangy free safety, he fits perfectly into what the Ravens want to do. This pick wasn't a surprise, not to the fans who've been following closely, and definitely not to draft insiders. In fact, Ravens analysts were already eyeing him as the dream target, and mock drafts had his name inked in at 27. Why? Because Starks is more than just a need filler. He's a culture fit, a versatile playmaker, and most importantly, the missing piece to unlock even more potential from Kyle Hamilton. Let's talk about that tandem. Starks joining the Ravens means Hamilton can slide into that jack-of-all-trades role more comfortably. Whether it's lining up in the slot, crashing down to the box, or roaming the backfield, Hamilton now has a reliable running mate behind him, and that changes the entire dynamic of the defense. As much as we love what Darius Washington brought to the table last season, stepping up in key moments when the defense was scrambling, the truth is, the unit still gave up too many chunk plays. Malachi Starks directly addresses that issue. And let's be real, there were other names on the board. Fans were buzzing about cornerback Will Johnson and edge rusher Mike Green, but both slid out of the first round for a reason. Johnson's knee issues raised serious red flags, and Green's character concerns were more significant than initially reported. The Ravens didn't bite. They stuck to their board. They stayed patient, and they got their guy. Draft experts like Dane Brugler have high praise for Starks, calling him an immediate NFL starter with diagnostic smarts, elite intangibles, and a versatile skill set tailor-made for the free safety position. Brugler notes that while Starks isn't elite in man coverage, his athleticism and field vision make up for it, giving defensive coordinators flexibility they crave. Let's not gloss over the value here. The Ravens got the top safety in the class at pick 27. That's a steal by any draft standards. In a couple of years, don't be surprised when other teams are asking themselves how they let him fall that far. And even more painful for them, how they let Baltimore snag him. This isn't just about plugging a gap. This is about laying the foundation for a new era of Ravens defense. A defense that's fast, smart, and explosive. Malachi Starks isn't just another rookie. He's a building block. And in Baltimore, he's got the support, the coaching, and the veteran leadership to flourish.
So here we are, Ravens flock. The draft is far from over, and Baltimore still has decisions to make. We're expecting movement on cornerback and edge rusher as early as day 2, with names like Benjamin Morrison, Savon Revel Jr., and Trey Amos still out there. But tonight belongs to Starks. And now it's your turn. What do you think about the pick? Do you see Malachi Starks as a future star in Baltimore's secondary? Could this be the move that takes us one step closer to the Lombardi? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep it rolling, Ravens fans, because this story is just heating up. With Malachi Starks now officially part of the purple and black, the conversation shifts to what this truly means for the defensive unit, not just in theory, but in how this shapes the very identity of the Baltimore Ravens going forward. You look at what the Ravens defense has built over the years: smash-mouth football, smart decision-making, versatility at every level, and you realize Malachi Starks is tailor-made for that blueprint. He's not just another name on the roster. He's someone who can redefine how this defense operates. And that starts with how he'll affect Kyle Hamilton's deployment on the field. Picture this: Hamilton flying around the field, shifting from nickel corner to blitzing from the edge to dropping deep into zone, something that wasn't entirely feasible last year because Darius Washington, while serviceable, just didn't offer the range and reliability to allow Hamilton that freedom. With Starks back there as a reliable high safety, Mike McDonald or whoever's calling the plays defensively can now get creative again. That's huge. And think about the AFC North landscape. The Bengals are stacked offensively. The Steelers, as always, have tough, gritty receivers. The Browns have playmakers in the backfield and out wide. You need that rangy safety who can cover deep zones, erase mistakes, and step up to the line without hesitation. That's Starks. He's the type of safety who doesn't just plug holes. He gives you the flexibility to take calculated risks. He lets your defense attack. Now, some fans have pointed out his missed tackles in 2024. That's fair. There was a noticeable uptick, but you have to dig deeper. Missed tackles often come from overpursuit or poor positioning, things that can be coached and improved. The raw tools are there: burst, speed, angles, and above all, the willingness to get physical. That kind of motor can't be taught. Technique can. And in Baltimore? Oh, trust me, he's going to get the coaching. The Ravens don't just develop talent, they maximize it. From Ed Reed to Eric Weddle to Chuck Clark and now Kyle Hamilton, Baltimore has a legacy of turning smart, athletic safeties into impact players. Starks has landed in the perfect ecosystem for growth. Let's not ignore how this also sends a message to the locker room. This wasn't a flash pick. It wasn't about hype or headlines. This was about fit, culture, and value. The Ravens had other flashy names on the board. They could have chased a pass rusher or grabbed a corner with higher buzz. But they stuck to their identity: defense first, value-driven, smart football. That decision ripples through the entire roster. It tells the team, we're here to win. We're not just drafting names. We're building a champion. And make no mistake, this changes the tone in that defensive backs room. The standard has just been raised. Players will have to step up. Marcus Williams, Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey, now they've got a young gun hungry to prove himself. That kind of competition breeds greatness. You sharpen steel with steel, and this secondary just got sharper. What's also exciting is that Starks isn't just a coverage guy. He's a special teams contributor. His IQ, his hustle, his instincts, those are the qualities that make him a day one player, even if he's not starting every snap from the jump. You'll see him on kickoff, punt coverage, maybe even as a gunner. That's how you carve out respect fast in this league, by making plays where others won't. And remember, Starks wasn't just any prospect. He was the #1 safety on Tom Downey's board and ranked 17th overall. The Ravens got him at 27. That's what we call value. That's the front office doing their homework, staying patient, and letting the board come to them. It's a move that only a few franchises have the discipline and vision to make. It's also worth pointing out something critical for fans dreaming big. This pick is about more than 2025. It's about 2026, 2027, and beyond. You draft a safety in the first round because you believe he's a cornerstone. You pair him with another first rounder in Kyle Hamilton because you believe you can lock down the back end for the next 5 to 7 years. That's how you build a defense that doesn't just compete, it dominates. And while the offense continues to evolve under Todd Monken and Lamar Jackson, the defense is quietly shaping up to be just as dangerous. You can't win championships with one side of the ball. The great Ravens teams, they always had both. With Starks now in the fold, this defense is one step closer to becoming elite again. So now I want to hear from you. How are you feeling about this pick? Do you think Malaki Starks is going to be a star in Baltimore? Can he elevate this defense to championship caliber again? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get the debate going. Because one thing is clear, the Ravens didn't just make a pick, they made a statement. If you're hyped for what's coming next, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around. We've got more draft coverage, more analysis, and more Ravens breakdowns coming your way. Videos on the screen now. Click through and stay with us. Go Ravens!